the Skidrow Hardpoint, looking from Hypnotoad's point of view, with the Manitoba Mallards going up against the Denver Surrender. Nexus drawing the first blood on the Crash McQueen as Denver is already set down 10 pegs on this P1 as into Devin. Works his way in, kicks the door. Oh, man, does not see the one behind the door. He gets taken down. Now Shorzy from my little favorite spot of P1, that back room to where you can really just send some bullets downrange and take somebody out. Shorzy works his way in through the side, but now it's JTB working his way through the hill right now, holding it down fairly nicely for the Denver Surrender with a 26-0 lead as everybody's looks like I'm looking at the mini map right. Manitoba is already set up there on that P2 with Kaizo. But Crash McQueen, oh man, from the back pallet gets mowed down. Devin in the garage right now. 43-0 for Denver as we go to this P2.
Yeah, I mean, Denver, a really great start on that P1. Manitoba, like, they kind of just gave it away. Like, number 2 in Kaizo was sitting there the entire P1. He just wanted P2, and fair enough. I mean, they started on it when the hill popped, but it looks like Denver might be able to mount a little bit of a break here. Manitoba is kind of just cornered in the building, and it's a great place to be cornered in, especially from that top area. You can look out the windows and see them, but Denver is pretty relentless in trying to throw some bodies at it. Manitoba has a good defense so far, but it's a Devin goes down, and now it's only just one Manitoba member on their point. Granted, you got most of the time, but Denver, if they could get some points here, they can maybe extend the lead a little bit. Actually able to do so. They just do not give up that old P2, but in exchange, they won't be here when P3 spawns. So Denver's now got to figure out how to break here. They're probably going to break through laundry. They get the player in apartments. That's a really important kill. But, you know, Manitoba's all set up on that P3. Denver just needs to find the kills, but Manitoba is just shooting too well right now.
As we're looking from Shorzy point of view right now, Shorzy going through the middle, watching over P1 and the little alleyway heading into P3. Oh man, from behind the air conditioner. But Shorzy gets taken down himself. It's a Devin gutting through the DVD store as JTB sets up on that hill for the Denver Surrender. They go ahead and get that break, and they're increasing their lead 65-60 in favor of the Surrender right now. There's a contest from it to Devin. Devin gets taken down. Kaizo working his way through. Looks like they're going to go ahead, head to the barber shop, start taking appointments for that P4. Crash McQueen already on scene, assuming command, just sending rounds, but gets taken out himself as it kicks over into this barbershop P4, 81-60 in favor of the Surrender.
Yeah, the lead deficit hasn't really had a major change here. I think that's due in part to Denver being so relentless and not letting the point go until, you know, maybe 10 seconds left. Denver has been getting a lot of the scrap time, even when Manitoba thinks that maybe they're rotating to the next hill. Denver is also trying to mount a comeback on this next hill as well. They get a good break here, and if Denver wins this game, it's going to be these scrap times plus breaks that are really going to do it for them. But now Manitoba now on the back foot. You see team kill come. You see 2 team kills come through. Manitoba just spraying a little bit too wide there. Denver, though, you're going to take advantage of those team kills. Manitoba is all over across the map from the point. You see them trying to set up for P5. Maybe they'll have a good setup, but Denver kind of gets a clean 60 out of a point, and Manitoba was here to start. That's a really great work out of Denver, but also a lot of team killing on the side of Manitoba you got to clean up.
122-69 in favor of the Surrender as we go into this P5. Shorzy gets mowed down from the corner of the hill. JTB working his way around the boxes and the fences, giving some cover, looking towards that P2, P3, but JTB gets taken down. Devin over at the SUV, hopping up on the mill van, watching over garage, watching the back from P3. Gun goes out, it does connect. Rounds going down range. There's a hello there. Is it going to catch? No, it's not. But Devin just firmly holding down this hill for Manitoba right now, but 131-91 in favor of Denver as JTB tries to work his way from the top of the containers. He gets shot down. Shorzy making his way around the corner, trying to give some coverage to anybody coming from the P3, P1 area. But Hypnotoad just comes through, gets mowed down. Devin owns it, says, it's mine. Nexus getting P1 all cleared out as we go to a fresh set of rotations. 131, 119 in favor of the Denver Surrender.
Yeah, that was actually a great point at Manitoba. I think they pretty much got a full 60 there and were able to recover well from their big blunder on that P4 over there. And now the deficit is just pretty much 19 points away. And this P1 is very mixy so far. You have players on both teams over there, although Denver does end up going down. Manitoba is now closing this deficit rapidly. They could take the lead here. Denver is trying to make sure they don't let that happen. But you see Manitoba playing the same strategy they did before. Number 2 Kaizo is just sitting on that P2 hill already. I mean, sitting there. I mean, if he doesn't move, he might get AFK timed out. You see what Manitoba is trying to go for. They really want a strong start on P2, but able to collect some of that scrap time on P1 and start on P2, they might be able to take the lead here and maybe really shift the momentum of this map.
As we get ready to go to P2, JTB getting the rest of the scrap time for the Denver Surrender, just to boost their lead a little bit. 163, 139 in favor of Manitoba as we go into P2. And if I'm looking at the mini map right, it is owned by Kaizo, but JTB trying to work his way through the tunnel, gets mowed down. Kaizo on a 5 spree right now, just battling out with the Hypno Toad in the garage. Toad sends out one from the alley. Still trying to get a beat on Kaizo. Gets a couple tips onto him. A couple love taps, that's about it. Pacemaker, he needs one now because he just got knocked out just outside of P2. Kaizo is just holding it down. Looks like they may get a nice firm grip here as Denver, goes ahead and gets sets up on P3. It's a nice lead also for Manitoba, 176, 163 in favor of the Mallards, JTB, but already set up on that P3 are several as Hypnotoad goes ahead, finishes up, gets the rest of that scrap time for P2. They're going to go ahead. It looks like almost a tie score, 176, 172 in favor of Manitoba.
Yeah, high game pretty much coming in here on this map number 1 between two teams that very clearly, evidently seem to be very equally matched here. Manitoba and Denver are just fighting it out. Even the point is contested. You see Kaizo hiding in the corner, gets a kill onto Hypno, but then it is traded out with Crash McQueen, getting a 2-piece. Kaizo responds back. This hill is just a bloodbath. No team is getting really any substantial time here. That's pretty bad for Denver, considering Manitoba was really able to dominate P2, and you were starting here on the P3, and now Manitoba is actually taking it over. Might be able to get to scrap. They might be able to have a little bit of a challenge from Crash McQueen here. If number 2 isn't looking at the correct direction, he could get cut down. Crash enters the point, trying to just steal some of that scrap time. He finally is able to get down Kaizo. They will take a slight advantage, but P4, there's fights going down, and Manitoba has won so far for P4. You'll have to deal with that number 8 and Hypnotoad hiding in tunnel here. Might go through the window, but Manitoba already strong on the P4, and they can't win it here, but they could get within 4 or 5 points. This is definitely a really important hill for Manitoba.
That it is, 203, 188 in favor of Manitoba right now. It's Crash McQueen trying to make his way down the God stairs to clean out that P4, trying to get himself an appointment to get a haircut. Comes in just a little off the top. Oh, man, he got too much taken off. Shorzy takes that kill, and he's holding down the barbershop very well. 215, 188 in favor of the Manitoba Mallard. Shorzy sends one out from the alley. He's keeping a close look on that door. Oh, man, the lobby gets taken down. Nexus already set up on that P5 hill. 220, 193 in favor of Manitoba as Denver goes ahead, gets the rest of that scrap time on that P4 hill, breaking the 200 mark. Here we go. 30 seconds is all Manitoba needs to take this map.
Yeah, if Manitoba has a lights-out P5 like they did last time, it's game over. They only need 30 points to win, and Denver definitely wants to prevent that from happening. But you see the gunfights are going back and forth, but every single time Manitoba has remained in control of the point. Now it's just up to Nexus, last one in hill, and finally Denver's able to reclaim the point. They can't win it here, but Manitoba still can, so they're still going to focus on trying to get in here, but Denver is all around it. They know they don't want to give this up to Manitoba. They know they want to at least stall enough so Manitoba can't win it here, and it looks like they might just be able to do that. They completely push Manitoba back to the other side of the map, and now Manitoba is thinking all about that P1. P1. They know Denver will be able to take the lead here, but if they could start on that P1, if they could win their gunfights, it's game over. But regardless, this is a very close map. This is one where either team is going to be heartbroken to lose. And I mean, I don't know how this is going to go. Manitoba winning the gunfights on the P1, but Denver responding right back, and then Manitoba responding right back. Manitoba will start. Denver has one more big push.
As we go 236, 238, 238. Tie game right now onto that P1. Kaizo holding down the hill for Manitoba along with Nexus. There's a contest right there. Kaizo comes in, gets mowed down. They're still holding the hill down. Toad, he tries to clean house, gets taken down himself. Devin on the hill, he gets taken down. Toad on a 3 spree. 241, 245 in favor of the Mallards. But can Denver do it? They're trying their hardest. 5 now with 245 even with a contest. 20 seconds on this hill 1. Now Manitoba heads the hill. Go ahead and give it to the Manitoba Mallards. 250 to 245.
Wow, holy jeez, man. Hypnotoad gets a 3-piece on the hill. Expects his team to be able to maintain and keep Manitoba from entering it, as Manitoba basically has their entire team respawning, but Manitoba just walks right in and gets